Hi. So the first thing that I want to say to everybody watching right now is that all of you watching this channel, all of you who watched the Error 53 video, shared the Error 53 video, commented on the Error 53 video, showed somebody the video, and let other people know what Error 53 is, thank you very much. You deserve a great round of applause for the fact that all of you, not me, all of you are responsible for the fact that Error 53 is no longer a problem. 8 or 10 months ago, I had one of the first pieces on the internet that talked about why Error 53 was bullshit from a customer perspective and broke it down into very short, basic, simple terms as to why what Apple was doing was complete horseshit. And every single one of you watching who happened to share that video with somebody happened to be a part of the solution. And that's great. Without all of you commenting, without all of you sharing this information with your friends and people that matter, we would have never gotten where we did, which is abolishing Error 53 completely to the point where it doesn't exist. For those of you watching the just now, who are just watching, who are new to the channel, long story short, Error 53 is something where if you would have an independent repair store or yourself change the home button on your iPhone, and you updated the software, it would not tell you it was going to brick your phone, but it would brick your phone and your phone would be dead, which is bullshit. And Apple recently said, okay, we shouldn't have done that, sorry, and released an update that any user can install by simply plugging the phone into their computer, clicking something, and now the issue is fixed. Great, right? Well, unfortunately no, because it doesn't solve the underlying problem. And the reason that shit like this occurs, the reason that Apple would do something like actually brick a phone if an unauthorized third party replaced the part in it, this really comes down to a lack of trust. The reason that manufacturers, the reason that first party authorized service centers look down on third party repair is because, for the most part, we've represented ourselves as a group of people who deal with others like degenerates and pieces of shit. And what I have on the screen over here is sad proof that we live up to that expectation. So if you visit places like the Apple support or Apple community support forums, you'll see that there are a lot of people that would never, ever, ever in a million years bring a device to us if we were the last repair store on earth. They'd rather just not have that device anymore. You may think as a store owner or as a technician that there are not a lot of people who are paranoid and don't use us, because you may only deal with 1 or 5 or 10% of the customers that walk into your store being people that don't want to use you. But what you don't understand is that there are hundreds of thousands of people out there who would never go to a third-party repair center, who would never visit your website, who would never call you, who would never walk into your store. And you know why that is? It's because of fuckfaces like back-to-life sales that you can see on eBay right here. People like this piece of garbage decide that what they're going to do is, since they know that a lot of people haven't heard the news that Apple fixes Error 53 for free, that they're going to release a $99 service to fix your iPhone. And by fix your iPhone, what they're doing is they're plugging into the computer, they're clicking a button, and then they're giving it back to you, without telling you that as of this morning, that is something that you can do yourself for free. This shit over here just went up. It's not like this thing has been here for like a year or so. This thing just came up today. And the reason that this is bullshit is because this listing just came up right after Apple released a software update that allows the end consumer to fix this problem themselves. And I know what you may be thinking right now. You may be thinking, well, gee, if somebody is dumb enough to fall for this shit, then they should have to pay for it. And I understand that some of you may be down on your luck as technicians. I understand that some of you may not have a lot of money. So when you look at somebody that has $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 sitting in their bank account who's willing to spend $99 on this, you may look at the situation from a person who is impoverished and look at this person who to you appears wealthy, who is willing to give away this money to fix a problem that Apple would fix for free, and you may think, well, fuck them. Let them pay for that. But what I want you to do is I want you to think back to every single time in life that you have been screwed over by somebody just because you decided to trust them. Just because in this one instance, because maybe you had a lot in your mind, maybe you had a sick family member, maybe you had 2 weeks of 80-hour work weeks, that you just decided this one time to trust another human being. And I want you to think about how many times it's come back to bite you in the ass and how you felt when that came back to bite you in the ass. I want you to think about the times that your sister, your wife, your husband, your child, your grandparents, or your best friend had something happen to them that was similar to that. How did you feel? And would you feel okay being one of the people that puts that negative feeling out into the world? Because that's what people like this piece of garbage over here are doing. What they're doing is they're taking advantage of unsuspecting individuals just because that person might have not been able to read the news that morning, and that's a bunch of bullshit. And you may think, oh, well, no, it's not bullshit, it's fine. Well, if you think that's fine, then you're a part of the Error 53 problem. Because the crux of the Error 53 issue is not about home buttons. It's not about authorized parts versus unauthorized parts. It's not about whether or not, we did a good job opening the phone. It's about a lack of trust. Because again, if you go back to the Apple community support forums and a Mac rumors and a bunch of places on the internet, you're going to find there are a lot of people that don't even consider us an option. They would rather take their phone and throw it in a garbage can than allow one of us to work on it, because there's a lack of trust. The reason that I have to fight to get schematics and board views is a lack of trust. The reason that I have to go to shady online websites to find diagnostic software so I can figure out what fucking sensor is broken, so it doesn't take me 3 weeks to fix a laptop like happened in one of those older videos, is because of a lack of trust. The first-party repair centers would literally rather see their products go in a garbage than have one of us touch them and represent themselves to the end consumer as somebody who can fix their products. And the reason that is because of bullshit like this. Because there are people out there like this that will charge $99 to do what Apple will do for fucking free if you plug the phone into the computer. Because there are people that when Apple recalled the 2011 MacBook Pro with a discrete graphics chip issue, that there are people out there that would say, yeah, I can fix that for you for $300 or $600 and replace your board. Don't tell them that Apple does this for free. Because there are people out there that will charge $250 to put a knockoff screen into a customer's cell phone when Apple will do that same repair with an original part for $109 down the block. Because there are people out there that will do IMEI repair and cleaning or BIOS password unlocks. This is why we are not trusted. This is why nobody is going to allow us near their products. And it doesn't matter how much good we do. That's the thing. When it comes to consumer distrust for our industry, it doesn't matter how much good we do. As long as there are fuckfaces out there like this douchebag, then we are not going to be seen as real people. We are not going to be seen as real technicians. Let's see if this piece of crap laptop will allow me to scroll down on the listing. I'm going a bit high on my CPU usage here. So you can see their details. backtoliferepairs.com and backtolifesales@gmail.com. Because of people like this, we will not be trusted. And the reason that I'm doing this video is because I know that now that this channel has gained a little bit more traction, I know that there are people watching my channel who are not just in the third-party repair community. There are people who may work for the manufacturer. There are people who may be manufacturers' reps watching these videos. There are people who may be authorized repair centers watching these videos. There may be people who can define policy watching these videos. And what I want those people to understand is that this is not representative of, this is not a good representation of the entire independent repair community. I don't associate with these people. I find these people to be low pieces of garbage, like just low pond scum trash individuals that I wouldn't piss on if they were on fire. I find people like this that take advantage of the customer, that take advantage of people's ignorance because they lack the cells in their fucking brain to do anything in tech worthwhile to make money. These people are not my peers. The people that I respect in this industry would not act this way. The people I respect in this industry, the people who are my peers, do not condone this type of activity, nor do they associate with individuals who participate in this type of ripoff of the customer. And I think that this is bullshit, and I think that this is wrong. And what I want to get across to the 32,000 subscribers who watch this channel right now is that this is not the way to make money in the tech field. This is what you do when you are not skilled at your job. And if you are not skilled enough that you can find a way to pay your rent and pay your staff and pay for whatever it is you have to pay for in your life, if you don't have the skill set to do that, then I want you to find the skill set to do that. I want you to review the material that I put up on this channel that teaches people how to do this type of work for free. And I want you to learn. I want you to learn whatever else it is you need to learn. I want you to learn whatever you need to learn in tech to be able to provide real value to people so that you can make money that feels good at the end of the day. Because I don't believe that anybody worth a shit can do this type of garbage, can charge $99 to install an update that same consumer could install by plugging the phone into the computer if they had just read the service bulletin, if they had just read the newspaper, if they had just read CNET, that I don't think that they can feel good about themselves doing this type of work. And I want the people in our field to do the type of work that they can feel good about. And I want the people who work for the authorized repair centers, who represent the manufacturers themselves, to understand that I don't consider these individuals my peers. I don't encourage this type of activity within our business, and I completely understand why it is that you don't trust us. Because you have to understand here, all the people who do this type of shit, all these people like Back to Life Sales, these are the type of people that don't like customers that don't trust them. They don't like dealing with paranoid customers. And the reason that you have this, not just in our field, but in every field, whether it's HVAC technicians, whether it's car mechanics, the reason that when you say, I'm going to a mechanic, that your friend says, hey man, make sure you get a second quote before you go with the first guy. Hey man, make sure you check your bill and see that, and just check out what they billed you for and ask them about it to make sure they didn't just make some stuff up. Hey man, ask them to give you your broken parts back if they said they replaced something, so they can't say they replaced something when they didn't. Do you know why that distrust exists? That distrust in our industry exists because of douche